A king is dying, and two estranged princes are facing each other again. King Charles's health is crumbling. Cancer, whispers say, eating him alive. The monarchy's in free fall, and out of nowhere, William and Harry are back in the same room. Years of bitterness, betrayal, and distance undone by one man's fading breath. This isn't a fairy tale reunion, it's a collision, and the stakes are higher than ever. Let's set the stage. King Charles III took the throne in November 2022, after Queen Elizabeth II's death. He was 73, a man who'd waited his whole life to rule. His reign was meant to be calm, a steady hand before passing the crown to William. But now, in April 2025, that plan's in tatters. His health's been sliding since last year. First, it was a condition, then cancer. Vague at first, then undeniable. The palace tried to spin it, treatment, recovery, business as usual, but the updates dried up. By early this year, Charles looked frail, thin, pale, a shadow of the king who waved from Buckingham Palace. Insiders say it's bad, terminal maybe, and it's this crisis that's dragged William and Harry back together. The brothers haven't spoken properly in years. The rift started long before Harry bolted to California in 2020. It was Diana's death in '97 that planted the seeds. Two boys grieving, one leaning into duty, the other chafing against it. By 2018, cracks showed. William, the heir, was all protocol. Harry, the spare, wanted freedom. Meghan's arrival lit the fuse. The wedding was a spectacle, but behind the scenes, tensions boiled. Stories leaked, fights over tiaras, snubs at receptions. Then came the Oprah interview in 2021. Harry and Meghan torched the royals. Racism claims, cold shoulders, a family that didn't care. William stayed silent, but friends said he was furious. The bridge burned. Fast forward to 2025, Charles's illness changes everything. He's not just their father, he's the king, the glue holding a wobbly monarchy together. When Elizabeth died, the brothers stood side by side at her funeral, stiff, distant, a show for the cameras. But Charles's decline is different. It's personal. Sources say he's bedridden, barely lucid, clinging to weeks, not months. Doctors are grim. The palace won't confirm, but ex-posts from last month paint a picture. Charles is done, Onuser wrote. Another claimed he's calling for his sons. True or not, something shifted. William and Harry met, quietly, no press, no fanfare. It happened days ago, and the world's still reeling. Why now? Guilt, maybe. Charles was never the warmest dad. Duty came first. Diana raised them, and her loss left scars. William buried his in work. Harry ran from his. But a dying father pulls strings no one escapes. Reports say Charles wanted them there, together. A last wish whispered from a hospital bed. The meeting wasn't public, but leaks say it was at Clarence's house, Charles's home. No Meghan, no Kate, just the brothers and their father. Staff saw. Harry arrive, head down, security tight. William was already there, waiting. What they said? No one knows. But they stayed for hours. The backstory's messy. William's 42 now, Prince of Wales, next in line. He's spent years prepping, marrying Kate, raising George, Charlotte, and Louis, playing the perfect royal. Harry's 40, the rebel, living in Montecito, writing books, spilling secrets. Spare in 2023 was a gut punch to William, claims off-fights, jealousy, a brother who didn't back him. Harry painted William as cold, trapped by the crown. William never responded, but the silence screamed. Their last real contact was 2022, Elizabeth's funeral. Even then, they barely spoke. Charles tried to mend it, but he was king, not a miracle worker. Now he's dying and the impossible's happening. What's Charles got? The palace says cancer. Diagnosed last year. Type, unknown. Speculation runs wild. Pancreatic, brutal, and fast. Lung from years of stress. Leukemia, slow and draining. Photos from his last outing in February show a man breaking. Stooped, hollow-eyed, gripping a cane. Compare that to 2023, when he was touring farms, joking with crowds. The drop is steep. Ex-users track it obsessively. One posted a timeline of his decline, pinning it to early 2024. Another dug up a blurry shot of him in a wheelchair, time-stamped. March. Theophilus denies it, but denials mean little when the king's invisible. William's under pressure. The crown's coming sooner than he wanted. He's ready. Decades of training, a steady hand. But Charles's exit wasn't supposed to be chaotic. Kate's by his side, recovered from her own cancer scare last year. They're the future, a polished pair. But Harry's return throws a wrench. William spent years distancing himself, publicly, emotionally. Friends say he's torn. Loyalty to the crown, anger at Harry, love for a brother he can't reach. The reunion's not a truce, it's a necessity. Charles's illness forced it, but what happens next is anyone's guess. Harry's angle? Complicated. He's built a life outside. Megxit, Netflix deals, a tell-all that made millions. He's free but not unscathed. Critics call him a traitor. Fans see a truth teller. Coming back isn't easy. Meghan stayed in California, smart, given the royal chill. Harry flew solo, landed in London last week. Posts on X caught it. Grainy pics of him at Heathrow, cap low, no smile. He's not here for the monarchy, he's here for Charles. But facing William? That's the real test. Years of bad blood don't vanish in a sick room. The meeting's details are scarce. Sources say it was tense, quiet at first, then voices raised. Charles, frail, barely spoke. William took the lead, practical, focused on their father. Harry hung back, emotional, raw. One insider claimed Harry broke down. Tears, apologies, a crack in the wall. William didn't budge, but he listened. No hugs, no cameras, just two men, and a dying king. The palace won't touch it. Official line is private family matter. But the world's watching. Tabloids scream reunion, while X debates if it's real or staged. Context matters. The monarchy's shaky. Elizabeth was steel, 70 years of trust. Charles inherited a fractured institution. Scandals, Andrews. Mess, a public tired of funding royals. His reign was short, earnest. But now it's ending in chaos. William's the hope. Stable, modern, Diana's son. Harry was the wild card, and his exit widened the cracks. Charles's illness could have split them forever, but it's pulling them back. Why? Duty, maybe, or something deeper. Blood over grudges, the public split. Diana fans cheer Harry's return. Posts call him the heart of the royals. William's camp pushes back. He's the rock, the king in waiting. Polls last month showed 50% want William now, 30% root for Harry's redemption, 20% don't care. The press fuels it. The Sun says Harry's groveling. The Mirror claims William's thawing. X is a war zone. Half see a healing, half smell a PR stunt. One user wrote, Charles is dying and they're playing nice for the will. Cynical, but not wrong. What's next? Charles won't last long. Doctors hint at weeks. Hospice care, pain. Management, the end. William's prepping. Meetings with advisors, a king's schedule. Harry's stay is temporary. Meghan's waiting and California calls. The reunion's fragile. One wrong word and it shatters. Charles wanted this, his boys, together. But he can't enforce it from the grave. William's crown comes with power. Harry's freedom comes with distance. Can they hold it together? Zoom out. The monarchy's at a crossroads. Charles's death hands William a throne no one's sure the public wants. Harry's return could steady it or torch it. The Commonwealth grumbles. Australia's eyeing a republic. Canada's restless. A united front might save face, but unity's a mirage. The brothers are here now, but for how long? Charles's last breath could bind them or break them for good. Back to the moment. April 2025, and Charles is slipping. William and Harry sat across from him, a king who can't rule, a father who can't fix them. The room was heavy, years of silence, a ticking clock. They left separately, no words to the press. Harry still in London, William's at Kensington. Charles lingers, and the world waits. Was it a beginning or an end? No one knows, yet. Think about 1997. Diana's crash united them in grief, then split them in pain. Now Charles's fall pulls them back. History turns on moments like this. 2 princes, 1 crown, a dying man's wish. The palace walls hide it, but cracks are showing. Tomorrow could bring peace, a fight, or a goodbye no one's ready for. Eyes on London, because this isn't over.